Zaid is not involved in that every day.
When did you decide you wanted number two?
And I'm sure you'll have a second one soon.
Like, if we have someone who's watching who is pregnant with a second, what are the hacks that you would give them to handle the first one while you are about to have or just have had the second one?
Gohar Khan to marry someone 12 years younger than her. हमने पहले वक्त में सबको बता दिया. And I lost that baby.
I think also women take so much time to see themselves as just a human being again.
That year I did a show in which I was back again to this sexy avatar of myself. You know, Gohar is back. The day I thought I'm going to tell, Janu, I think ho gaya, was the day that I probably conceived. It becomes everything about the second child. 1 month he asked me to marry him.
Because all I was waking up for at one point of time was to feed the child.
Because obviously it fades away. Cut ke thodi aap bologe, okay, come on now, let's get sexy.
There's an internal monologue only I can hear inside my husband's head right now.
There's so much pressure on women.
When we started seeing each other, I was 22, he was 33.
Yeah.
So was the second pregnancy very different from the first?
I need to speak about the fact that miscarriages are also nature's way of eliminating something which could later be problematic for the child.
Older mothers are so much calmer and able to make better decisions.
You have seen a heartbeat, you know that the baby is inside you. Even today, when I think about it, I feel like I've lost a child, right?
I think this is a very type A mom thing also, na, where we feel like we need people to contribute, but also we want to do it ourselves. And welcome to episode 5 of 2 plus 1
is 5.
2 plus 1 is 5. That's a great title.
I have lost the bet. I lost the battle, and somebody here has branded this show. I don't think Gohar needs any introduction. So I feel like we can just dive into this.
Let's go.
I feel like I've spoken to you on so many different levels about life, but we've never really sat down and had a conversation about being a parent.
Yeah, I think we have not met ever since you and I became parents.
Because you became a mom twice in the meanwhile.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm just waking up and coming out of the infant stage of the first one.
And I'm sure you'll have a second one soon. Inshallah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sure.
We are not so sure.
No.
We're not so sure.
I think you'll change your mind.
When did you decide you wanted number 2?
Okay, so that is a story. The day I thought I'm going to tell Zaid that, Janu, I think ho gaya, was the day that I probably conceived.
I thought you were going to
This
say...
was in Himachal on 31st night. And it's an inside joke, actually. I've said this before, that Zehan was my birthday gift and Farwan was Happy New Year. So we were not sure. We always discussed it कि दूसरा करना चाहिए. But right after Zehan, I hosted Jhalak Dikhla Ja. That year I did a show called Fauji 2. That year I did a show called Lovely Lola, in which I was back again to this sexy avatar of myself where I could recognize myself again and feel like, oh, Gohar is back. And just when I was like doing all those pani mein dances and all that, thinking that, wow, I'm back. I said, abhi Zaid aa rahe hain holiday ke liye. We were going from Chandigarh to Himachal for a holiday. Not a holiday, just the New Year weekend. And I said, abhi bol dungi Zaid ko ki bas, I think, we are really very good with Zehan and everything is settled in. And
Little did you know.
Little did I know that in Jan I will reach the set of Fauji 2 and I'd be like, why am I feeling this sick? And I was shooting the climax of Fauji. Imagine, I had 4 months of shoot left for Fauji, which was all climax. And it was all like action and jumping off the bloody hill and landing on my feet and chasing the bad guys and, doing these crazy action scenes. And I was pregnant.
Wait, tell me you finished all that before you did...
No, I was pregnant throughout. So Zehan ke waqt, I was doing a show, which I can't take the name, but that's not released yet. But that was also, I did full action. Matlab kicks and beats and jumps and everything. And then in the second one also I was doing 4G. So first 4 months of both my pregnancies, I was shooting action.
And you chose first 4 months only that
I
also,
don't know
which
how. I don't know how. I
But
don't know how.
do people in the set know, around the crew know, so that they tell you, hold on?
So obviously
hang on.
this whole thing ना कि पहले 3 महीने किसी को नहीं बताओ. So because I had my first miscarriage and हमने पहले वक्त ना सबको बता दिया था first month में. Oh, this सबको हम like family, we were so excited. And I lost that baby. So that just somewhere, you know, like stayed in my mind, and then I decided कि भाई जो भी है, let us have the first term done, 3 months done, and then. So obviously on set you think that बोलना नहीं है, but everybody can see your symptoms are different. You're being weird, you know, you have no energy, you are being this खाने का दिल नहीं कर रहा है, especially my staff, all my team, my makeup, hair, my hair, Shubhangi, she's right here. She's like my second mother, you know. So even if I don't tell her, she can tell instantly, right? So I would just look at her and she's like, she'll only tell me.
But isn't it also important for the crew to know,
For
so that
stunts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
eventually it happens. So you only get to know you're pregnant by the time it's already 1.5
Yeah,
months, right?
yeah.
1.5 months. So I had told the action director, even in my first show and the second show, that, you know, don't give me anything which is life-threatening or something which is too harsh. So they all understood in any case, but it was not like spoken.
yeah, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
of course.
Yeah. Like there was this action scene where I had to be on a harness and I had to do a dead drop to do like, you know, a flip and then turn, and actors ke samne aake I have to knife her. I couldn't do that. So that was the one thing that I couldn't do. But
Okay.
everything else after landing, I could do. So yeah.
But was your second pregnancy, and I say this because I want to understand, you had both boys, right?
Yeah.
So was the second pregnancy very different from the first? Or
Yeah, very different. Very different. First was like, yeah, bring it on. Let me see. What am I doing? Let's do this. Let's do that. Then Farwan came with it was just, I was sick. Like, not throwing up, but just didn't feel good. Like my taste and my energy, and first 5 months actually of Farwan, my second one, was not pleasant. And it's like, why is it so different? My first was not like that.
you must have thought it's because I'm having a girl.
No. So I never had this feeling that I am, you know, just because I have a different gender. Because my gynac, Kiran Coelho, she's like one of the best in the business. She just looked at me and said, Gauhar, there is no such thing. If your symptoms are different, you're having a girl. So I had no such, you know, like expectation. And also I just feel like, you know, we're living in times where it made me nervous if I was going to have a girl. I don't know why. I always said that it'll be so much more like, imagine I'm already fretting so much about these boys. If a girl, I would have probably been, you know, like, okay, hunter wali jo hoti na, and I didn't want to be that. So maybe Allah chose it for me and said, bhai, tu ladke le, do bahuein lana, unko betiyan bana lena. So yeah.
I have a very close friend who had a boy, but this is before our son was born.
Okay.
And we were, you know, trying to guess the gender, that type of thing. And she said to me, she said, you know, as much as I want a girl, I hope it's a boy, because look at the times we're living in. And मुझे उस time पे ना full समझ में नहीं आया what that sentiment was. I think अब मुझे वो थोड़ा sentiment I can understand
You can
where
relate
she
to it,
was.
yeah.
Because I'm like, shit, even like you said, as a boy mom, he thinks I'm a creepy stalker anyway. Like I'll put like 10 air tags and do this and do that. But you don't realize till you become a parent that, oh, that makes so much sense actually.
Correct.
When did you realize that now even was the time that I want to like even have the first baby? Because you had your first one at 38, 39.
38, yeah. I had him by 39. Yeah.
So was there like something that you were waiting for from the point of view that no, I want to wait till now? Because one of the many things that I personally 100% believe is that older mothers are so much calmer and
Yeah.
able to make better decisions once you're in your 30s because you know life so much more. Like I became a mom at 33, 34, and I feel like I'm so glad I waited rather than having a child earlier, because we waited. We were married for 6-7 years.
Wow.
I also, my first pregnancy was also a miscarriage.
Oh yeah.
And I'm so glad even then that we waited that much time to get pregnant the first time, because there's that little more ठहराव ना in life कि अब पता है क्या करना है.
Yeah.
Was there that filter for you, or you just felt like नहीं रुकना है थोड़ा और नहीं रुकना है?
You know, Anum, I was ready to be a mother at 19, I swear. I would have been a mother at 19 if I had found the right person. I was ready. So when I see my now 21, 20-year-old niece and nephews, and I remember the time how I used to hold them, and how I've changed their diapers, and how I've stayed awake with them at nights, and how my sisters have happily kept them with me for like 30, 40 days when they had to go away. And that time I was in my early 20s, you know, but I was ready to be a mother. Mentally, if I had found that person to be a husband, I would have been a mother. So for me, it was not like a practical decision or something that came with a lot of thought. Zaid and I knew that we're not going to give a time frame, you know, ek saal wait. Of course, because I was already 36 when I got married. So I know that I didn't have too much time on my hand. And if I wanted to get, you know, going, it had to be sooner than later. So within 1 year, we tried, we got very naturally pregnant, and but we lost the first baby. And that took a toll on me, a lot, like a big toll on me. And it took me a while to like, you know, like come back, because I was like, okay, are we ready now? Should we do it now? Like, you know, should we plan it now? Should we go for it? And it was very difficult. Like not to get pregnant, but to, because the doctor kept saying, wait, you know, at least 6 months wait. And I was like, no, I have a baby now, like, you know.
In fact, वो जिद बढ़ जाती है.
बढ़ जाती है. And then I was like, no, I'm ready. Let's just, and alhamdulillah, we did it. We got it in time. Everything went so beautifully. But yes, if I had to, if I rewind my time back in life, I would probably place Zaid 20 years, but then he would have been like some 15-year-old and I would have been some 21-year-old. So that would not be, that would be illegal since we are like 6-7 years apart.
But you know, we are also 12 years apart.
Oh,
11 years
11
apart.
years apart.
We're 11 years apart.
Yeah. But you know, nobody questions that when the man
I
is
was
Exactly.
just going
Yeah.
to say, I said
Yeah.
nobody questions it when
Yeah.
it's the other way around, because he was also 36 when we got married.
Yeah.
I was 25. When we started seeing each other, I was 22, he was 33.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess some of his friends used to make fun of him. They used to call you a cradle snatcher.
They did.
And I was like, but मुझे तो ठीक लगता है. Like he
Normal,
seems,
yeah.
he seems chill enough to be like with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he doesn't seem like I'm talking to an older person.
Yeah.
Like I think 11 years is, a very good friend of mine is married to someone who is 12 years older
Yeah.
than her, and
It's normal.
nobody questions it when the
Yeah.
man is older.
Yeah.
But for you, was it tough, considering you're from the industry, people kind of talk and shit like that?
No, it was tough for me. But the first, I mean, when the news came out, just the perception of how the media portrays it, that was bothering me, you know. And like, first of all, they got their facts wrong. They didn't even bother asking me, nothing. They just put it out there from Wikipedia, some rubbish news there, that 12 years age difference. So they doubled it up without even thinking. Before even, there was a speculation of Zaid and I, you know, being together, whatever. 12 years older. And suddenly it's such a bad headline. Gohar Khan, whatever, to marry someone 12 years younger than her. Like, and I got so bothered by that. I was like, just ask, no?
And even if he was 12 years younger, it's okay.
No.
Like, why is everybody making your
But see, it becomes a problem when the woman is
yeah, that's what
12
I'm
years,
saying.
or 6 years, or even 2 years older.
Yeah.
It's the perception is what I'm trying to tell you, that then the woman is a, you know, cradle snatcher. It's like, oh my God, इसके पास जरूर या तो पैसे होंगे, या तो इसका कोई मतलब, you know, sexual desire होगा, या तो ऐसा, you know, it's always weird.
Yeah.
It's not normal, right? According to them. So for us, it's absolutely normal. So I got bothered by that. But Zaid was just like, you know what? Does it make any difference to you and me? Whether it's 12. He's saying, Acha. And that's when I was like, ये बंदा तो बड़ा mature है. He's like, number से हमें कोई फर्क पड़ता है. मैं तो बोलता हूँ ठीक है आप 12 साल बड़े हो. He literally said, you're 12 साल बड़ा ठीक है. How does it change us?
Yeah.
And that one was like, actually, like whether it was 12 or 25, how does it change what we have?
That's exactly what I mean. When even if he was 12 years younger, we have actors who only date younger women.
Yeah,
all the
20-somethings,
time.
yeah.
So, like, what's the big deal if a woman likes a younger man who is barely younger, for the record, also?
But did you try correcting that perception in the media, or did you just not bother?
So when we got married, we didn't care. We didn't give in any interviews back then. Eventually, over time, when we started working together and there were some interviews done, and that's when I said, you know what? It's not even 12. It's about 6.5, 7. So
Because 12 is the number that I got from my research.
Correct,
Because
see?
in my notes, it says
See?
that the
It's
12 years apart.
Yeah, so that's those articles from back then. But it's actually, he is 1990 and I'm 83. So that's 6.5 when it goes months, but 7, whatever. But now it doesn't matter.
I'm going to give her a green card. You asked me why I've kept these cards
Yeah,
here.
I know, right?
So every time we really agree with you on something, we're going to give you a green card.
Ariva, how
And
nice.
then if I really disagree with you, we're pretending the pinks are reds
Red.
because somebody messed up our prints. And then if it's a maybe, we do yellow exchange.
Oh, wow. That's great.
What we do on episodes when it's just Jerry and I is we fight about who's winning and whoever has most green cards. That's
Okay.
basically what
Which
we do.
Tends
Yeah.
to be her most of the time.
All the time. I can't help it. I'm right so much.
Yeah. Well, women. Men just give in easier. I have come to that conclusion.
You need to spend time with my man. He does
I do.
not give in easily.
No.
That's the only reason you've been winning.
Just kuch bhi.
You can ask anyone here.
Just kuch bhi. See, I have Namra shaking her head. Talking about men who give in easier. Talk to me about how you and Zed like split roles for the kids. Who does what more and less?
So, Zaid spoils Zihan in ways that I can never. So, for example, recently, 10 दिन पहले, in Zaid's office, he has created a play area for him, which is crazy. Like, there's not a single toy in the world which is not there in that play area, okay? And I'm not that person. I'll be like one toy at a time. And, you know, I don't want you to have everything thinking that, oh, you can just use and throw it. But I'm like that. But Zaid is like, agar main bolungi, he needs a ball. That ball will never come just, okay, here you go, there's a ball. No. Ball के साथ ये भी आ रहा है, वो भी आ रहा है, basketball भी ले लो, उसके साथ और भी चलेगा, उसका cover भी आ जाए. So that's Zaid. Zaid is pampering Zihan. Of course, Farwan's too little right now, but from day one, Zaid is only about, you know, things that he probably never had in his life. He's making sure that Zihan gets more of that and, you know, feels like he doesn't have to compromise anywhere. Roles wise, it's 90% me in terms of, you know, जो भी इसका, you know, school का admission कहाँ करना है, Zaid will sign the check. But he'll never interfere in, you know, like, is Gauhar making the wrong decision? Because he knows Gauhar will make the best decision for the children. When I am at shoot, he takes charge. You know, like, he'll be at home and he'll look after the children. So it's the 90% of Bhagam Dodi is me, but his Bhagam Dodi is outside, you know, where he is obviously making sure that whatever is needed gets done. And he's a silent player. Like, if I tell him, today you have to be there, so he'll be there the whole day without any, you know, like, tantrums or anything. But it's not that he knows that I will not ask for that help every day, right? So it's a great balance. It's a great balance between the two of us.
And in routine, how do you guys split things? Are you like, do you guys, for us, for instance, it's a given that the morning baths right now, especially right now, because Rafa's main like nanny is not with us for 3 months. So right now, especially, our routine has Jerry making sure he does the morning showers
Wow.
with him, giving him the baths.
Wow.
It's the night baths are my duty right now. Like
Yeah.
it's just something that is a system.
Right.
Afternoon naps, Jerry. That child refuses to nap with me. I'm his toy. वो मेरे को देख के सोते सोते he'll realize actually mama है चलो खेलते हैं. Whereas night sleeps, he sleeps with me better at night.
Yeah.
Doesn't wake up as much. We do alternate nights between him and me. One night I wake up like for any feed or whatever, and one night Jerry does. So like our routines are very systematic.
Clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are your routines looking like?
No, Zaid is not involved in that every day, like this is what you have to do or this is what needs to be, because he's doing too much outside. Like he's got a lot on his hand right now. So I don't expect that, he needs to split any duties with me. But yeah, that 2 hour in the morning where I know that after chai I need some time for myself, he'll take Zihan away to the play area, get him to play. Like right now I've told him 6 o'clock is his football class, so Zaid will take him. So those kind of things which are not really in black and white, but everything is when I ask. And he's there. Even if he has to clear his schedule and be there, he'll be there.
That's nice.
Yeah. Also because that's my, it's my problem. I don't give away too much of, what I need to get done to anybody. That's my issue. So I'm not going to put it like, oh, he is busy. It's my issue. I know I will do it myself.
I think this is a very type A mom thing also, na, where we feel like we need people to contribute, but also we want to do it ourselves.
Correct.
Because हमसे better तो कोई कर ही नहीं
Correct.
पाएगा.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to struggle with that. After the first 6 months, I realized मैं पागल हो रही हूँ. And then 6 months onwards, we started our one night rule, because I said मैं खत्म हो जाऊंगी, मुझसे ना हो पाएगा.
Because he's also a very difficult sleeper.
Yeah.
In the sense, it's very, very hard to put him down to sleep.
Really?
Yeah. It's very hard to put him down, especially in the afternoon naps. Is a task.
He doesn't want to nap.
He
It's
just
like
wants to stay awake.
he wants to stay awake.
He's a
He
FOMO baby.
full. Like he wants to play, he wants to observe. If by chance he comes down in the middle of us filming this, he will want to see who it is, he will want to see what is happening, he wants to know everything.
That's good. It's an inquisitive child.
Yeah.
But we need him to nap. The inquisitive child needs to nap.
Yeah. So I have my ways. Of course, I've had nannies. So I've taught them the ways that I want, things to get done. Also, Zehan has been a family person. So he loves to hang out with everybody. If I'm too tired, I'll probably call Anam and say, Anam, can you please come? Who's my sister-in-law? Or Cookie auntie, this one sitting right here. Shubhangi is his cookie auntie, because every time I'm on set, she's been with him throughout, right? So he's very attached to my people. So it's easier for me to, get it done. But yeah, Zehan was a difficult sleeper at night. He used to keep me awake all night. So imagine I used to shoot 12 hours and then at night be putting him to bed. But Farwan, mashallah, alhamdulillah, he's a good sleeper. He's manageable.
Don't say it, don't say it.
Yeah, no, but alhamdulillah, he's good. He's easy to manage.
From their natures, what, apart from, of course, that one is more social and with the family, what is different or similar between them?
Right now, everything is similar between them. It's just that the sleep, Zehan was much more at night. He is not. He is aram se calm sleeper. And another thing, what I was gonna say was, he is never sat till now. It's 9 months and this boy refuses to sit.
But he almost stands.
Almost nahi. He literally stands.
He stands without support.
Yeah, these days. So I'm sitting like this and he was sitting on my lap, aise karke aise, I was giving him support. And in 1 second, he just went, whoa. And I was like, he's standing, guys, he's standing. And nobody could believe it. He was standing without any support at 9 months.
Mashallah.
Mashallah. So I'm hoping he will sit. So otherwise, I will have a hard time.
That's confusing.
Yeah, he'll keep walking, crawls like crazy, but doesn't want to sit.
But are there any hacks you learned from being a first time mom that actually came handy the second time? Like if we have someone who's watching who is pregnant with a second, let's say, what are the hacks that you would give them to handle the first one while you are about to have or just have had the second one?
I don't know about handling because everybody has their own ways to handle the children. Some people have help at home, some people don't. So, what stays true to me probably is not going to match up to someone else's schedules. But the one thing I will definitely say is please do not ignore your first child
Oh,
because it becomes everything about the second child. And it breaks my heart to say this. I'm sorry, I get very emotional about this. That everybody ignores the first child. You wait, you stop, you think about it. You know, he's your little baby. But we forget that one is also your little baby who is just now 1 year, probably a little more than what. But he was in your arms, right? So when Zehan literally started doing this now, he's a very good child. He he's been very good with Farwan. But this week, what he's doing is they both sleep with me. So the moment he'll wake up and if he'll see that I'm feeding Farwan on the bottle or something, he'll pull both my hands and tuck it inside. He'll use all his strength. He'll say, "No, you can't touch him," because he's so used to having me all for himself, and suddenly he has to share. But you have to understand the child's emotions. So a lot of people put so much bhar on your first child, you know, like hold, wait, patience, you know, the gentle, all of that we're teaching them. But they are just little babies.
yeah.
So there have been 3 or 4 times that Zehan has given one whack to Farwan. But other than that, he's been so good. So if there's any advice I can give is please do not ignore your first child and his needs. I know it's difficult. I know sometimes I feel like I want to pull out my hair, cry, you know, like scream and feel like what the hell is happening with me. And it's extremely difficult with like 2 under 2 almost. But you have to I keep reminding myself he's such a baby, he's still a baby, he needs me, he's still, because when your older generation doesn't realize that, my mother has always thought, and it was true at that time in our generation, is that if my mother would say no, we would stop. But these kids are not like that, right? It's a different generation.
Yeah.
So for my mother to understand that is also difficult. So I have to
You all live together.
My mom lives with us, yes.
Have you also, because I know we have many, both our parents have given us so much, moms rather,
Yeah.
have given us so much advice, which unfortunately we have had to many a time politely decline.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, ये हम नहीं
नहीं
करेंगे.
करेंगे, हाँ.
Have you had those situations? Or
Yeah, every day. I mean, जो वो advice दे रहे हैं, it comes from a very nice place. It comes from a place of great experience. It comes from a place of, you know, worry and care for us. But they also need to understand that it doesn't work for us.
yeah.
Like she'll say, no, behave, and he'll be like, Nani. and obviously with Dadi, with Zaid's mother, he is not interacting every single day, but he is so in love with her. Zehan is in love with every rishta of his. Like literal real love. So Dadi doesn't teach him anything so much because Dadi knows that, you know, he's not with me every single day. Plus Dadi really respects the fact also that Zaid and I have always had this kind of a, you know, like a boundary that, you know, we'll bring up our children our way.
And that's important.
Yeah. And it's important that comes from the husband so that, but with my mother, I am the one who draws the line because my mother needs no lines. My mother doesn't understand no lines.
I'm not saying anything.
He's not saying anything. You notice? There's an internal monologue only I can hear inside my husband's head right now.
Because I think nannies in a way have a thing saying that hum nani hai. You know, like even from us, if you notice, kids are more inclined towards the nannies than dadis, which is a law of nature. I don't know how. But then the nannies interfere also that much, no? That, humne to aise, So In my case, Zaid will be like, don't say anything. I'll be like, mummy.
हमारा बिल्कुल ऐसे ही है.
अच्छा.
Where's
My
the green
mother-
cup? Please.
Mama, are
Okay.
you watching? My mother, I have to give responses to. His mother, he has to give responses to. My mother sees my child and all she wants to do is feed him.
Yeah.
I'm like, uska पेट इतना सा है.
हाँ.
My dad also makes fun now. He says, शबो तू उसको जब देखती है. Now तो the child only does, नानी. He's only doing कि he knows कि नानी आगे कुछ
Yeah.
खिलाएगी. His mother is hell bent on feeding our child sugar. His
Yeah.
mother, I'm like, we don't feed him sugar. So every time they'll come and they'll ask him, he will say no. Then they'll come and ask me. I'm like, you ask your son. I handle my parents. He handle his parents.
Yeah.
That is our rule.
But that's a good thing, no? If you have that kind of an understanding, there's no Kalesh.
Zero scope only.
There's no collision. So let's rewind a few years. All right. You and Zaid met during the pandemic. That's an interesting story, there,
Yeah.
isn't it? You met at a grocery store, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he spotted me in a grocery store
Ooh, I like that correction.
with a mask.
And you also slid into your DMs.
Yeah, a few days after that.
I thought he slid into your DMs first.
No, he spotted me in the store.
Your research was right.
Yeah. So, I mean, you at that time obviously was very well established and you would have probably read all kinds of messages.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone and anyone would probably have hit on you.
Yeah.
Why was this so different?
So, no, that little correction there. Not everyone and anyone hit on me because I had a very intimidating aura about myself that a lot of people didn't really approach me at that time, which is great. I kept the unnecessary ones away, I guess. But Zaid, the line he wrote in his DM was, I have something very important to tell you. Now, Zaid Darbar having the take, I know his name obviously because of, Shamak's troupe. He was a choreographer there. I've never seen him, never met him, nothing like that. But I know the name because Darbar and Ismail sir's son and all of that. So I was like, hold a second, like a random message like that. And he's saying, I have something important to tell you. I was like, what does he know about me that, that could be dangerous, because at that time it was all like COVID time and everything. I was like, bloody hell, what does he know about me? What is he trying to say? And I actually got scared. But I didn't reply immediately. I replied the next day. And I just said, I didn't even say nothing. I just said, hi, yeah, tell me. Which I thought was very curt or whatever. And then he said, I think you're very beautiful. It was very important to tell you.
Do you still have those messages?
Yeah. And I was like, wait a minute. Who is this boy?
You weren't following him, nothing.
Nothing. It was just in my DMs. And then I was like, okay, this boy. But then why it was different, answering your question. Everything about him felt like I have never experienced that before. Genuine conversation, support from him in a way that I had no idea it was possible because, I was at that time in Pune looking after my father. He had a surgery and stuff like that. And that time, COVID time, nobody's around me. I'm the only person looking after dad. And through that conversation, like the to and fro, whatever, I realized that he was extremely different, very different. I don't know how to explain it, but he never tried to hit on me. Everything he said or did seemed extremely genuine.
And natural.
Natural, and I don't know why I keep using this word genuine. I feel like when you're trying to impress someone, you could say anything under the sun. Right? मैं कुछ भी ले आऊँगा, चांद ले आऊँगा, तारे ले आऊँगा. You're so beautiful, you're so sexy, whatever. But he was not trying to impress me in any way. It was just genuine concern. I'll tell you an example. I used to sit in the hospital alone. It was a private nursing home. I was all alone. And whenever we used to talk or whatever, I used to have that wired, the earphone
yeah.
to the phone. And he realized that मैं वो उधर हर जगह लटका के घूमते रहते whatever. And during that time, somehow, I don't know how he managed to get that interstate pass, intercity pass or whatever. And he actually came to Pune just to give me the airports.
Aw.
And at that time, it was not even available to buy. I don't know how he arranged it. He made some shop open, something he went under the shutter somewhere. God knows what he did. But he reached Pune and he gave me that. And I thought that was extremely, and not like, ab kya karenge? Do you want to go, eat? Nothing. He just gave me that, met my dad and left. Middle of the night. I was like, okay, men like him exist. I had no idea. But it was just extremely special. And within 1 month, he asked me to marry him. So I was
Wow.
like, yeah,
That
1
was
month.
quick.
So we met, we didn't meet really. We were talking through end of, July. And on August 23rd, on my birthday, he already had proposed marriage.
Aw.
And I don't know how I said yes.
I was about to say, how long
Yeah.
did you take to say yes?
It's just the same. At that moment, I said yes.
Wow.
Which is very the weirdest. बोलते हैं ना जब होने वाला होता है कुछ तो it's just like that. And I was like, oh, proposal का feeling ऐसा होता है, like, this is the surprise and all that, and it was beautiful. Yeah.
Who says sorry first?
He always says that I say sorry first, but to that I always say because you make all the mistakes.
I should
Yeah,
just sit back, na?
I'm very familiar with that.
But it's true. He does say sorry. Maybe 20% of the times says sorry for where he believes that it's not his mistake. But 80% of the time says sorry immediately when he knows he has done some silly thing or the other, which is quite rare, very rare with him. But marriage is such a thing now, I feel, Anam. Every year you're learning something new, discovering something new, hating each other for some phase, and then suddenly feeling like, no, but I can't live without this person. So every day is a learning.
So something that we've been together for about 12, 13 years, out of
Wow.
which we've been married for a little over 9 years.
Mashallah.
And one of the things that I didn't know would happen, I think because people don't talk about it often enough, is at least for us, after we had Rafa, after you have that first child, I feel like everybody thinks you're going to have this rosy, amazing phase because you're with this newborn child that you've both brought into this world. We are the most non-fighty, non-yelly kind of couple. हम दोनों ने पहले 9 महीनों में इतना झगड़ा है, I cannot begin to tell you. And then this one day, I was venting to my bhabhi and to a close friend of mine, and they were like, अरे ये तो होता ही है बच्चे के बाद. And I was like, what do you mean ये तो होता ही है? But because like your hormones, and he doesn't get it. And I was like, wait, why doesn't anybody talk about this? Because
Yeah.
between the hormones and the sleeplessness and the exhaustion, and no matter how much the other partner is, I don't like to use the word helping, I like to use doing his share, you are not going to understand the physical load of it all on a woman, that a woman's body is paying the price for, right? Did you guys go through a phase like that after having a child the first time? Like, what changed in your relationship after the first baby?
No, you know what happens, I feel, now I can tell after the second baby, is that men don't know what to do, how to support. They think, औरत को, I'm there, I'm here. Like, I'm supporting you, great. I'm understanding what you're going through. But everything is blamed and put on the hormones of a woman. She's going through so much, she's hormonal. But sometimes maybe women are not hormonal and being normal. But maybe still feeling like you're not doing enough as
Yeah.
a partner. It doesn't have to be, I'm feeling shit about myself.
I'm giving you the green card, but I'm looking there. Please note.
Yeah. But yeah, men probably don't know what to do. They want. how do
Okay,
I put it?
like, let's pretend that the camera is a man whose wife is about to have a child for the first time. And women, you're welcome for whatever she's about to share next. Share this with your husband. What would you tell the man to do when the first child has just been born or about to be born?
Forget about, I need to stay awake, I need to, look at the child and potty bhi change karna hai, diaper. These are all things that are fed into your head, right? I think a lot of women don't expect you to do all that stuff. But a lot of women expect you to just see the woman. I'm saying don't do the diaper change. Don't come, don't stay awake at night. I'll take care of it. Or whoever. I'm just generally speaking for women from my perspective. But I still want my man to, when he enters the house or when he's staying awake, whatever, I want him to hold me, caress me, love me, kiss me, as he would do before that. Don't assume that just because she's hormonal, she will not like it. Men need to be more sensitive to women's needs. Women's needs. Not the diaper changing and not आधी रात को आप ले लो ना. ठीक है, that is great help. If you're doing that, that's great. That's great. But with that, also ask the woman what does she need. I feel for a woman like me who does everything and has no expectations, I think Zaid just coming, when he comes into the house, when he just does this on my head, that is most special, like that he sees me. बच्चों को तो आते ही हैं, कोई भी बाप या माँ पहले आएगी तो पहले बच्चों के पास ही जाती है. But go beyond that. Go to your partner first.
Did you feel anything changed after the second baby though? Like for you guys? Or were you...
As a couple?
Yeah, like, or you knew exactly what was...
No, we went through the same phase, discovering phase again. The disagreements, the you're not seeing me, I'm not seeing you. I've got so much going on, but you've got so much going on. It's very difficult that, I know women go through a lot, but sometimes we have to come out of that a little bit and say, chal, theek hai, 100% nahi to 70% thoda, 30% scope de deti hu galti karne ka. But we as women, we feel like we don't give the men even that scope. Okay, theek hai, haan, theek hai. He's not going to fully get what you're going through. He's never going to get it. Because you're hormonal. First of all, I hate this word hormonal and all that. I get very irritated with that. Because everything is blamed on that.
Ye lo, ek aur.
I feel like even if you're expressing something, you'll be like, oh my God, yeah, she's hormonal. No, it's not the hormones only. It's my feelings, right? That's one. Two, I think we do have to cut some slack for the men. It's not always their fault because they don't actually understand it. They've not been, cut. They will never fully understand it. आप कितना empathy दिखा लोगे?
Yeah.
Eventually the man will say, bhai, this is nature. Women have to bear that, right? The most they can do is be there for the woman. Yeah. Make her feel seen. I think that is something that we miss out so much. Women get lost with the whole thing of, गंदी हालत में आप सुबह से शाम तक बैठे रहते हो क्योंकि पहले इसको पिलाओ फिर इसको रखो, जब तक इसको नहला के धुलाओ तो तुम जब तक नहलाओगे, लेकिन नहाने के बाद भी तुम्हें लगेगा तुम्हारा स्वेट में अंदर फिर भी घुसे पड़े हो तुम. Women go mad, right? So in that phase, I think the one thing I keep reiterating that men need to just make the women feel seen and still beautiful and still loved. That lack of physical, connection, because obviously it fades away because it is not easy. The cut ke thodi aap bologe, okay, come on now, let's get sexy. It's not going to happen. So the men also have to understand that, the women also have to understand that. But what cannot be lost is the chemistry.
I think also women take so much time to see themselves as just a human being again. For me, I took, like you said, I was in these ridiculous 90s that had zips on both sides.
Right? Yeah.
I was like, I don't feel like a human, I feel like a human cow.
Yeah.
Because all I was waking up for at one point of time was to feed the child and go back to sleep. By the time I started to realize, wait, I need to get a hold of me for me, इतने महीने निकल चुके थे, and I was like, this is where I start pulling my rein back in and saying, no, 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 no.
Yeah.
I really need to go do some
Reach out
makeup,
for help. Yeah,
do my
correct.
hair to just feel some sane,
Correct.
some sanity all over
Correct.
again. But just kind of going back a gear, before both your pregnancies, and I know you said you had your miscarriage before both, but you didn't talk about it at that time. You spoke
Yeah.
about it later,
Much later.
right? Was there a reason you waited to speak about it, or was that because you felt like, no, I want to be in a place where after I've had the babies and I'm able to speak about it?
You know, Anam, I never planned it. I didn't feel like I need to speak about it. That's not something that you speak about just because you feel like now I want to speak about it. Or just because you are on a public platform and you're a celebrity or you are a face value that you have to start speaking about it. I even on my own podcast, I didn't feel like I needed to speak about it. But you know, this whole business of pregnancy and motherhood, fatherhood, you know, becoming parents, having children, there's so much pressure on women in terms of पहले तो एज से पहले कर दो बच्चा नहीं होगा, फिर आपके मेडिकल इश्यूज हो सकते हैं तो बच्चा नहीं होगा, और फिर ये बहुत ही बड़ा मिसकंसेप्शन दैट मिसकैरेजेस कैन ओनली हैपन in your late pregnancies or because you know of certain things. A miscarriage can happen right from, you know, when you're off you know, the age where starting from your teens, when you can right after you know have your periods, if you after 18 if you get pregnant, you can have a miscarriage as much as you can have a miscarriage at 40 41, right? So that kind of, when I used to have those conversations, that kind of made me feel like I need to speak about the fact that miscarriages are also nature's way of eliminating something which could later be problematic for the child. So that perception, that perspective, I wanted to really speak about because I truly felt that that wasn't spoken enough about. And yes, the loss of anybody says, oh, I've had 10 miscarriages or 3 miscarriages, or how many ever miscarriages a woman goes through even during the IVF cycles. It's not easy. You have seen a heartbeat, you know that the baby is inside you. So even today when I think about and I speak about my child, I feel like I've lost a child, right? So that feeling, unless you have gone through something like that, only then can you actually relate to that, right? There's a very beautiful fact of Islam that it is said that in the Quran it's mentioned that the lost child will pull the parents by the umbilical cord. The
Yeah.
mother, I'm not sure whether it was the father and mother,
Mother.
but about the mother by the umbilical cord into Jannah.
Yeah.
And that is something that really I feel like when I got to know that the next morning when I had the miscarriage in my family and when they were giving me duas, they were saying that, you know, you don't know what that is. So, yeah, so that is something that not everybody will understand till you actually feel it. So, yeah, I didn't feel like I needed to talk about it, but yeah, I just, though that time I felt like that particular angle and aspect that people think that just because आपका older age है या whatever, इसलिए आपके miscarriage के chances ज़्यादा हैं. आपके miscarriages कभी भी हो सकते हैं.
I was
And
32.
yeah.
Like it happens for
Yeah.
anyone
Yeah.
at any time.
Yeah.
For no fault of the mothers.
No, it's not always. It can be accidental in certain cases where you have done something to trigger the miscarriage.
Yeah.
It's possible medically. That's why they say bhar mat uthao, ye mat karo, wo mat karo. It's all a possibility. But there is also that possibility that it is nature's way of eliminating it before it can be harmful to the child in the future. And I think that is so beautiful, right? that ऊपर वाला आपको उस तकलीफ से बचा रहा है जो आपको भी नहीं पता कि आगे क्या होने वाली, या आपको या आपके बच्चे को. एंड फिर वो भी है कि ऊपर वाला जिसको चाहे पैदा कर ले, right? So you have to have faith, you have to have belief in that. So yeah.
I remember someone asked me, and then we discussed this on one of the earlier episodes also. Does it get easier after you've had another, after you've actually had a baby? And I'm always like, no. Like, if I sit to think about the fact that Raphael was probably could have been a second potentially, I don't think it ever really gets easy thinking about it, because it's. But that Islamic fact, I had a lot of people also reach out and share it with me, and it always tears me up as well, because I'm like, that is something so bittersweet about it, where you're like, this is in a way him telling you that no, even there is something for you in the future.
I feel like when I had that experience, and when somebody told me that, and even now, whenever I see that thought,
it's okay.
Yeah, I feel like, everybody in Islam, you believe that everybody seeks Jannat, right? So I just want to have that fulfilled life, inshallah. When I'm like 100 and I pass away or whatever, and when it is time for the resurrection and everybody goes into Jannat, or I pray that all my loved ones, meet me there, and I just always imagine that I will finally see my baby there.
Yeah, I understand that more than you know.
Yeah.
Can we get a tissue?
No tissue?
No, it's okay. I'm good. Trust me.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I feel like we should go into a game, because we got very heavy.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw out some advice that we found on the internet, which are either very answered or very asked. And it would be great if both of you answered it and tell me what you think of these little phrases. Okay? Very quick fire.
Yeah.
Tell us what you think. Working pregnancies are bad for the baby.
Slap.
You want to throw a red card at this person?
No, I want to slap them through it. Because I was working throughout my pregnancies. I was working till 8.5 months, traveling and, like hosting shows. And I remember Ranveer Singh was like, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? Why am I seeing you at every show hosting these wedding, these wedding runs that happen where we're at these wedding shows where I'm hosting or either performing or whatever. And I was hosting. Thankfully, the industry is so beautiful, the wedding industry also, the event industry, that they didn't mind having a full-blown pregnant host, and I had this big tummy, and Ranveer was like, what are you doing? Why am I seeing you at every event? And then he held my stomach and gave so many duas to my baby, to Zehan. I'm talking about my first pregnancy. So yeah, I was working throughout.
Older mothers are calmer and more patient parents. This I want to agree to, even though I'm asking you.
Maybe. I don't think it's got
know.
to do anything with age.
Yeah, I don't think it's got anything to do with age.
So all mothers are calm and patient.
No.
It's like life experiences that make you calm.
But age gives you life experiences.
Not really.
Not necessarily.
What if someone's had a childhood with their parents where they were completely frantic and crazy, but at 20, 21, she's wise enough to know that that's not what I want for my child.
Fair enough.
So yeah.
Your body bounces back faster if you stay active throughout the pregnancy.
No. I feel you need to be active after you had the baby.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. It could, the delivery could be easier.
Oh yeah, probably I mixed up that.
Yeah, the delivery could be easier because you've been out and about and you know how to carry your belly and, take that pressure of that 9 months. But I think you need to be active after that to bounce back.
Having kids close together means they'll be best friends. I feel this she should answer, you shouldn't answer.
Yeah, I think it's beautiful. If you have your children together, they'll grow up together. Also, I've had babies much late in my life. I feel like if you have the opportunity to have babies early, please do, and have them close enough so they grew up together. And
you don't take any ideas away from this. Your wife is one and done. Actually, he is also one and done. So that's
we both
fine.
right now are one and done.
What do you mean right now, buddy?
I don't know, maybe things change.
You go get another wife for baby number 2. I'm not having another. Once you become a mother, the industry sees you differently, full stop.
no, I'm in the phase of my life where if you had asked me this question maybe 15 years ago, 20 years ago, I would have probably answered differently. And I would have my insecurities that, oh my God, industry is still in that zone of माएँ काम नहीं कर सकती हैं. But now I'm thankful that the industry is so open. I've been a diva in Lovely Lola, been a Fauji in the commander, Lieutenant General, Lieutenant Colonel in Fauji 2. I've hosted Jhalak Diklaja in 3 months of having Zehan. So the industry is extremely generous right now, and I hope that stays.
But I have to say, even from mainstream entertainment, I feel like you have pivoted very beautifully and taken that and added on your social media tab so wonderfully also. That's something that you have added. It's like Sone Pe Suhaga.
Yeah, but that is all thanks to my husband. After
Okay.
meeting Zaid, he literally opened the world of social media to me.
That's nice.
So it's all thanks to Zaid.
Social media makes new parenthood lonelier, not easier.
I mean, it has a flip side. You could see and feel like you're not on someone else's path the way they are. Or you could change your mindset and feel like this is all entertainment and love it. Because I feel like वो आधी रात को जो scrolling होता है ना, as a breastfeeding mother and as a mother who has to stay awake the whole night is very entertaining. So I take it like that.
So, just a follow-up question. You both are huge social media personalities, right? So, is there a social media pressure to showcase your babies in a certain way?
Yes, the pressure is too much. But me and Zaid have always, at least till now, we have taken the decision that we're not, even if I include my child in, say, a brand deal, it's always either the legs or the back. It's never the face. Yeah.
Yeah, you're very controlled about how often and if you show
Correct,
them.
Correct.
Yeah.
But that's a decision that we've taken as parents. Nothing wrong or right about it, but
No,
I just feel
absolutely.
that the times that we're living in right now, it doesn't seem okay for me.
Yeah, we've done a whole episode about social media exposure on children.
On children, okay,
yeah, that's. I feel
Yeah.
like everyone has so many amazing takes on it.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
there's
It's
no
also
right,
to
no
each
wrong.
their own. Yeah, correct. What makes you happy and what gives you peace of mind. So yeah.
Last one. You can't pour from an empty cup. So putting yourself first is actually not selfish. It's good for the kids.
It is good for the kids. Only when you are available for yourself can you be available for them. If you are stressed, irritated, angry, frustrated, it's all going to come on your children. And yes, you must first figure out what brings you peace, and then you'll have peaceful children. There's so many times that I feel like there's so much going on. Zihan is, he's going through this phase where, between 2 and 4-year-old, they are discovering their voice. So they are yelling, they are screaming, they are doing things just for effect to see who's going to react to me. So those are the tricky parts where you have to really be calm. It's not easy at all with a smaller baby in your arm, but trust me, I am a loud person. I am a expressive person, but you have to rein in everything yourself first. Only then can you have calm children. There are times where within the last 6 months I've probably gone, Zehan, rarely, but maybe I have. But when your child turns around and tells you, why aren't you being gentle with me? That hits you. That is like, he actually told me that. So Zehan is a very aware child, and you can't trick him into, the kiddie stuff. So if I'm teaching him be gentle, he has actually turned around and told me, even though it was his mistake and he was going crazy and he was throwing something or doing something, harming something else, or harming himself. I don't remember exactly what it was that really got me upset. And I just said, Zehan, please understand it's something I said to him, which he was, obviously, and he just, in his crying face, he said, why aren't you being gentle with me? And I just went, I'm sorry. I just said, I'm sorry. Okay, let's talk about it. That check, this generation is going to either slap it back on your face that you didn't bring me up right, or thank you for bringing them up.
Yeah.
So that was so yes, you can't pour from an empty cup. You have to check yourself first.
We're in for a ride, huh? With this Gen
Oh,
Alpha
yeah.
kid.
Yeah, but you guys will do well. You're pretty good. And I think it's such a true saying that your children are a reflection of you, right? They become what you are. So yeah, every day, you have to keep yourself in check. So you guys are pretty cool. You will do well. And you have
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
But you should have more babies. Trust me. You should have.
Oh, no.
no.
Let's end this episode. Thank you, Gohar, for coming on. Red, he's doing red.
Red or maybe.
No, red. That's no go.
Why not?
No,
Try.
we're done. We're done.
Really?
Like I said, for
You're
now.
like fully sure.
We're fully sure. ये
At this
दुकान
point in
बंद हो
time-
चुकी. You stop
Yes.
saying this point in time.
See, at this point in time cannot be red card. It has to be a yellow.
Fine.
Yeah. Thanks. See, if they have inshallah a second baby, it all will come down to this episode of
This episode.
me throwing, like the wish out there.
My mother-in-law is going to love you after watching
Yeah.
this episode.
Great. I'm
because
glad.
she's-
Auntie, I'm on your team.
No.
Inshallah.
We will have words later. Thank you very much for coming on this episode.
Before
No.
we end, I just have one last
Yeah.
question. Do you remember Zian's first word?
Yeah. So there is a like a discussion there. So a lot of children make a lot of sounds, right? So Zehan had actually already said dada and all of that. But he never looked at Zaid and said dada. But Zaid thinks it was dada, and I was like, oh wow, he said dada. But those were just like rambles, like he's doing right now. Zehan actually on Mother's Day, I still remember, no, Women's Day, sorry. It was Women's Day on 8th of March, 2024. And I was in the salon and mummy had held him because she was getting a pedicure done and I was paying some money for a blow dry. And I still remember he was at a distance and he turned around and he said, Mama.
Aww.
And I said, hold on, what? I said, what? What? Zehan, what did you say? Mama. I lost my head. I still have that video. I started crying. And I said, I was not sure what is he trying to say. So I asked again. I said, Zehan, what? Who are you looking at? What are you saying? And he said, Mama. And I was like, oh my God. So I went back home and I told Zed, I said, that was just ramble. He said, Mama first. But with Farwan, he's actually said Abba twice. Yeah, like
Pointedly.
like Abba, like to Zed. So I'm a little jealous there. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on the pod, for being so open about everything and talking about parenthood, motherhood with us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we do.
No, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much. And give me the good news.
Bye.